You belong to a very small town in Kozhikode district, which is in Kerala. You becoming a student activist, also a student of political science. What's your experience on that, sir?
I'm coming from a small village from Calicut district. I was part of SEO from very early age itself. When I was in high school, we were doing student activism in our high school itself. In Kerala, my village was also very much influenced by Islamic.
Why should someone go to Central University?
The central universities in India are the premier institutes in India. I was in political science department. That is one of the best political science department in India.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to Muse Talks, where I'm your host Arf. Today we have with us Brother Ramees EK, National President, Student Islamic Organization of India, a well-known social, political and a student activist. Welcome you to the show, sir.
Jazakallah.
So, how are you doing, sir? So, you've been in Hooday for past 3 days, and how was your experience?
Alhamdulillah, it's very nice. I have been in Hooday earlier as well. So it's always nice to be here. It's a very good, nice place and nice people. Alhamdulillah, the organizing was amazing basically. Lots of fun, lots of very in-depth experiences. And also, Walzak is always about an emotional or organizational event of SIO. So it's going well, Alhamdulillah. Now leadership has been elected. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So, sir, you belong to a very small town in Kozhikode district, which is in Kerala, which is known as Kuttiyadi.
Yeah.
From there, cut to you becoming a student activist, also a student of political science. So, what's your experience on that, sir?
I'm coming from a small village from Calicut district. It's basically called Valam Shantinagar, we call it. It's like 5 kilometers from Kuttiyadi town. Kuttiyadi is also a little bit of a town, but my village is 5 kilometers from that town. Basically I believe that I had this journey because I was part of SIO. I was part of SIO from very early age itself, like Hode or like many other villages. My village was also very much influenced by Islamic. So Jamaat and SIO was working in that village for a long time. So I was also attracted to SIO in very, very early age. I was part of SIO when I was in high school. We were doing student activism in our high school itself. In Kerala, in school, it used to happen union elections in the school itself, in high school itself. So I contested from SIO's panel in the school elections, in 8th standard, 9th standard, like that. So, and also that was a period like Jamaat was doing lots of social experiments in Kerala, like the formation of solidarity movement. They were very much active in political sphere at that period, like Express Highway movement, Chengara movement. Lots of protests, lots of movement was going on through solidarity and all. So that I believe that also influenced me personally to look into these kinds of issues. To be involved with these kinds of issues. And I was part of SEO, surely as in SEO also that kinds of discussions happens. So surely I was influenced by that an atmosphere. And also in our region itself, we had lots of very good leaders. Personally, I was very blessed to have lots of mentors, lots of leaders in locally also. They have also influenced me to be part of this journey, be part of this movement, be part of student politics. That is the basic.
We could say that SOA had a major hand,
Sure.
hand
it's
on
like
you
100% SEO.
So shape you into a student activist.
Bilkul,
so SOA had a major hand in that.
Bilkul. We can say that it's 100% SEO, not even in a major hand. Yeah.
So, sir, cut to you pursued your education in central universities.
Yeah.
Let's say you pursued your education in Central University of Hyderabad, your masters. Then for the higher education, you are currently pursuing your MPhil as well as a PhD in political science at Jamia Millia Islamia University at Delhi. So, there 20 years back, there was a movement. There was a higher education drive in Kerala, which held in Kerala. So, did that inspire you to pursue your education in central universities? If yes, how? Sir?
Could say. I believe that there are two parts for me going to the central university. One part is, as you said, there was a lots of awareness things going on in Kerala about central university. Basically, I remember that when I passed 12th or I was in 11th, 12th, there was lots of people who were studying in Delhi University. They used to conduct lots of awareness programs locally. So I also attended that program. At that time, they used to recruit people to Delhi University for graduation. But eventually I did not go that way. But I was part of, I attended many of their programs. That is, and other thing is that lots of people moved to central universities because of that. So we had lots of people, we have lots of friends who are studying in
Like mentors.
like we have friends in our generation. There are lots of people, they eventually moved to central universities in my age.
Those people guided you.
So that was a part, like we know them, we know they are studying in this university, they used to share experiences with us, so that we also get motivated. We should also go there. There
As
are
far
lots
as
of
motivation is
opportunities.
concerned, sir, like who motivated you and guided you to pursue your higher education in Central University?
I'm coming to that. Basically, I said that there are two parts. First part is that in Kerala, in our circle, especially Jamaat, CG, other kinds of initiatives, especially the students in DU, they were doing lots of awareness programs in Kerala. That's first part. That created a kind of atmosphere. We have lots of friends. We have lots of basically friends who are studying there in Central University. So they used to share experiences. So that kind of a motivation. Second part, there is also another story to me going to Central University personally. That is also very much related to SIO and activism. That is like when I did my graduation in science basically. I did my graduation in chemistry in Farouk College in Kerala. Farouk College is also a very good college in Kerala. It's a very famous college in Kerala. At that time, there are lots of discussions going on in SIO circles about the way of doing politics, about identity politics specifically, about Dalit politics, about Muslim politics. There was lots of heated debates in SIO. And at that time, most of these debates were coming from the central universities, especially central universities in Hyderabad. IFLU and HCU, most probably these kinds of universities. There were people from Kerala who have studied there. There were people who in Kerala who have came back from this university. There were raising lots of questions. They were questioning the way we were doing politics in Kerala. They were saying that no, this is not the right way. The right way is otherwise. There are lots of new other methods to do things. There are new other ways to look into the political patterns. So that created a lots of tensions in SIU in my graduation period. So basically, me deciding to go to Hyderabad for post graduation is basically because of that discussion as well. I just wanted to know what it is actually. They are talking about Dalit politics, so I wanted to know what is Dalit politics, because Hyderabad Central Universities are the central point of Dalit politics. You know, Rohit Vemula movement that happened later. Basically, that happened later, but at that period itself, these kinds of debate, discussion, academic productions are going on in these universities. So me personally, I was in science, but then I was very much active involved in these kinds of activism, these kinds of engagement. So there was a kind of motivation in me saying that I need to go there and I need to study these things. What is Indian politics? What is Dalit politics? What are Dalit movements? What is identity politics? What are their questions? What is this Muslim politics? So that basically motivated me to go to the central universities. That is also partially, that's why I'm saying that partially it is because of the education movement that has been created in SIA. So we had friends in these kinds of universities. It was easy for us to go there because our friends are also already there. They used to tell us how to prepare, how to go there. If we go there, they used to host us. So that is a part. Second part is the political atmosphere we were going on, especially within SIO. So that motivated me personally. I need to go there and study it. That kind of an ambition was there.
So that made you choose Central University.
Sure. So it was not a career path for me personally.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Like say you belong to a science field.
Yeah.
After that, cut to like when you pursued your masters, you entirely switched your the rhythm or what you are pursuing. So it was kind of you had a risky aspect as well, when concerned to your career as well. Sir, when you went to Central Universities, as you belong to Kerala, in Kerala we believe that they stick to their language. Either it is Malayalam or English. They don't usually keen to understand some other languages as well. So when you shifted to some other, you had a major major shift in your life, right? You shifted to other central university, other state as well. So how did you face the challenges? What were the challenges that you faced?
I believe it's not that much difficult because basically it's an advantage, you can say. Because in Hyderabad at that time, I believe the first major community was Telugu community, especially it's in Telugu land. I believe that second largest community was the Malayali community in Hyderabad at that period. Like around 400, 500 people was there. Lots of our friends were there, SU unit is there. It's basically Malayali unit, SU Malayali unit basically. So we had a very, very good Malayali community there. So it was like a second home. You can talk in Malayalam with friends. And also the good part was, it's rather than challenge, I believe that it was an opportunity, because like in HU at that time there were students from the entire country, from Tamil Nadu. Usually, especially in Central University, you have students from different background. So we used to get to know each other. We have an opportunity to interact with them. And in HU also, the good thing was that not Hindi was not that much dominant in HU at that time, because it's mostly South. Telugu people, some Tamil people.
Like you had a mixture of all, like Telugu,
So
Malayalam.
it was not that much Hindi dominated. So you can do in English. So mostly we used to do things.
English was a common language.
English was mostly the common language. Even the shop people, they will manage you with English. That kind of an atmosphere was there in HCU. So mostly it was not a challenge basically. It was very, very good atmosphere in HCU. Especially if you're looking at the demography, language barriers and all.
So like if I talk about insights, if, in your opinion, why should someone go to Central University, and how does it play a major role in shaping an individual, individually as well as the worldwide, in a world view as well?
Sure. It's a very important question. I believe that we were, as part of SIO, we also used to talk to people the importance of going to Central Universities and all. I believe that the first thing is that you get Central Universities in India are I believe that the most premier institutes in India. Even in HU, we could say that that is one of the, I was in political science department. That is one of the best political science department in India. If you count best 3 political science departments in India, I believe that HU will come in that list. Okay. So you are getting the top Indian political scientists in India there. And also you are getting the top students there. That is also a very important aspect. All your classmates, you are getting the top political science students across India. You are becoming part of that. If you do political science in any college in your city or in your state, it's not like that. But if you go to Central University, you are becoming a part of the cream of the national education, and also a national kind of a students. That gives you lots of insights. So you are getting an opportunity to be trained in the number 1 institutes in India. That is a very important thing. Second thing is that you are getting an opportunity to be friends with, to spend time with the most smart people in India. Not in your city, not in your state. It's across India. You are getting
the atmosphere itself is very
that entirely changes you. That entirely changes your perspective. That entirely changes your understanding. You are being elevated in every aspect. You are being trained in the subject properly, and also you are getting opportunity to interact with lots of people from different backgrounds, and also they are very expert in their area. They are activists, they are scholars, they are emerging scholars, they are emerging bureaucrats, they are emerging civil servants. So like that,
like they are on their path.
On their
all
path.
are on their
So
path.
sure. I believe that's a very important opportunity. So we used to tell that you are, and also Central Universities are not even financially not unviable. It's very cheap basically. Anybody can go if you try a little bit. Fees and all, every atmosphere. It's government sector, so anybody can go there. So if you go there, basically we saw lots of people, their life has entirely changed from Central Universities because of the opportunity these universities are providing. So we used to tell to people, go there, especially in organization and all. It's very important that we have experience. We know our society, we know our people. So if you go there, you are getting an opportunity to know about our society, about our people, about our country. I believe that's a very important aspect.
It sounds so good that you are speaking about the Central Universities. Most of the people aren't aware of those Central Universities. So SIO Karnataka has taken an initiative regarding higher education.
I was in Hode for one of that programs.
Okay, the inaugural of higher education.
SES campaign.
Sir, a few years back, there was a mahal, we can say the atmosphere, tension atmosphere, where the CAA-NRC, the bill was in the, the communication, the conversion. So my take is that you had a major role to play in that. In the CAA-NRC protest, you had a major role to play. So what are your key takeaways and your experience from those protests, sir?
Yeah, basically, if we are talking about CA movement itself, it's a topic for another entire podcast. Like we have a lots of experience, we had a lots of perspectives and all. But strictly within the time, if we are looking at that movement, I believe that I was able to be part of that movement only because I was part of this university culture. Because I was in Hyderabad, at that time there was an issue of Rohit Vemula. You might have heard about it. There was Rohit Vemula, the suicide of an ASA leader and all. So we were part of that movement at that time when we were in SCU. So we had this network of these universities. Then in 2018 I joined in Jamia Millia Islamia. So at that time itself we have this experience of student activism. So personally that helped me when CA happened. When I was in Jamia, already we had experiences of different universities. Already we had experience of running movements, being part of student activism and all. So when the CA movement happened, basically you might have remember that the major protest erupted from Jamia Millia Islamia and Aligarh Muslim University.
Initiated from
Initially that kind of a eruption came from Jamia Millia Islamia when the police has attacked Jamia Millia Islamia. Following that, a larger mass movement has arisen in India. Around India. There were movements in other places as well. No, I'm not saying that it was entirely from Jamia. There were movements going on in India, across the country. But it was a major turning point. So basically in Jamia, that is also an important aspect. When you are in Central University, one good thing is that whatever you do in that university, it has a national impact. Because like the Central University is a kind of a mini national university. It's a mini nation. In Jamia, you will get students from across the nation. So whatever happens in Jamia, and also you are getting a kind of national attention to Jamia Millia. If you do something in here somewhere, maybe you won't get a national attention. Whatever happens there, it's a regional issue. Mostly it's a state issue. But what happens in Jamia, the entire nation looks at it.
Yeah.
So that was the reason why when police attacked Jamia Millia Islamia, the entire nation came in solidarity with Jamia Millia Islamia, and also they take up the CA movement in another level. Yeah. So from Jamia Millia Islamia, it was like there were already very good chunk of student activists were there. They basically organized. I believe that they basically organized the first protest programs of CA. I was also part of that in a bit. Like I was part of SIO, so I was also part of that movement. If we look at if you were asking about the basic takeaways from the movement. If you look at the takeaways, I believe that kind of a vigor is very important. A kind of activism, especially in campuses, wherever there are possibilities. I'm very happy that is happening in SIO Karnataka right now. SIO Karnataka is also taking up lots of student issues, student movements, running movements. Sometimes we think that why we should do that, it's not going to have any impact. It's not like that. I believe CA is an example. Basically, it was an initiative of 20 to 25 students in Jamia Millia Islamia. But it turned up into a larger level national movement. It turned up into one of the very important movement of Muslim community in entire India after independence.
It will be recorded in history.
Yeah, it's recorded in history. Basically, it was an initiative of 20 to 25 students in different universities. So it always have that kind of a potential. What do you do, especially in activism, in student activism, in campuses, it have a lots of potential. So that is one of the takeaway I just wanted to say. I wanted to communicate. It's not like that. It's not important. It's very important. It's very important that the student community, the new generation, be connected with issues, be active in issues, be talkative, be responsive. So it always have an impact in the society. It always have the impact in the narrative. It always have an impact in the future, how we are going to be. I believe that CA have in different manner, it have changed the Muslim community in India. Their capacity, their understanding, there lots of things, unity, lots of new leaders emerged out of the movement. So it's always, I believe that it's important to be active in these kinds of social issues, active in to run movements. I believe that especially as a student organization, as part of student organization, lots of people who will be listening to this podcast, I believe they will be kind of part of SIO or kind of connected with these kinds of things. I believe that whatever we are doing is very important actually. CA is also a major takeaway I wanted to say from the CA movement is that it's very important. what we are doing. It have a lots of
It's
impact.
something which all students need to understand, sir.
Yeah, sure,
They aren't
sure.
aware of
Even the society also. Sometimes they will say that why to protest, why to go to protest, whatever happens. CAA is going to happen, Palestine that happens here.
They
you
have
are
that stereotype in their
yeah,
mind.
you are protesting or nothing is going to happen. It's not like that. I believe that it's the nation is formed through these kinds of protests, these kinds of negotiations, these kinds of narratives. So it's very important that we also be active in that process. Yes. That's how we will be able to change the society, change the narratives, change the situation. If we are not part of the process, if we are not active in this process, you won't be able to change it. Everybody will say that things are not good. Everybody will say that the Muslims are attacked, the Muslims are being oppressed, but nobody want to be involved with changing the situation.
Into the field and work for it.
Yeah, I believe that's very important.
Sir, out of curiosity, out of nowhere, like I do see that in the campuses and all, when there's campaigns going on, when the protest is going on, they use their duffly, sir, like for the slogans and all.
I think it's a North Indian culture. I don't see. It's not even North Indian culture. There are used to. It's not entirely on student activism. I believe that it's part of that activism movement. Yeah. There are lots of cultural aspects. I believe that most of the cultural aspects are being said by the left movement. Whatever the cultural mechanism people are using, mostly, especially it comes from the Maoist movement. Maoist movement also have a lots of influence in the student activism. Lots of left organizations like ISA and all, they are part of student activism. Most of the cultural aspects, I believe that it comes from that background. The left, the Maoist, the radical left people use it to use these kinds of equipments. They use it.
It's like to convey their message, they use that, is it?
It's like if you are mostly it's when you are doing a protest, you are having the fleets. It gives you a rhythm.
Yeah, the flow also.
It feels good.
Okay, so like for your future endeavors, like what are you looking ahead, sir? Like what are your aims to contribute for the society in a political manner or the individual manner?
Yeah. It's a tough question, especially at the situation like we are ending the Mikat in SAO. It's like we are ending the Mikat, and also I'm going to be retired from SAO. My age is over, so I have been in SAO entirely the entire time. I was an adult. I was in SAO. I was doing something in SAO. In a local level or in state or in campuses or in markas anyway. So it's a little bit uncertain future what I'm going to be in. But the basic thing is that whatever SEO made us, basically we have to work for this. We have to work for this cause. We have to work for Islam. We have to work for the society. Especially even in SEO also, I used to say, me personally in SEO also, I was mostly active in this kind of activism part. I was doing that part in SEO for a long time, student activism, political activism kinds of things. So I believe that in future also, I do that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me tawfiq to be in this path for a long time, to contribute to the community, especially in the activism, student activism, political activism, community development aspect. So how to do that, inshallah, let's see.
Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your dua and accept our dua as well, sir. So I had an amazing session with you, sir. Like I have to know a lot about you. You're an amazing personality. I wish we could have you again and again in a Muse talk, sir. Inshallah, in the nearer future, sir. So again, Jazakallah khair for coming, sir. And again, audience, Jazakallah khair for watching the video.